That was fun. That's most important. That was fun. We've been waiting this year to put together a defensive performance like that. I think you think back to our Colorado game, really early, obviously in the season, maybe our third or fourth game. And we had that kind of control of the game, it felt, that entire game, just a laser focused offense or defensive performance to go with what, this team is a pretty talented offensive team just by walking into the gym. And a collective defensive performance, though, with very few mistakes has been elusive for us. We've had amazing stretches, but to put 40 minutes together, that hasn't happened as often as we would like and as often as needed. And, here we are towards the end of the season. The staff has really worked with the team to address, some of those things that have hurt us. The 3-point lines hurt us. Rebounds have hurt us from time to time. And I think today, again, a consecutive game as scheduled was important for us to play. And when we've had those opportunities, we've seen a lot of growth. And so today I thought was just a huge step forward. It was really a fun performance. The team just played, as you would hope, for 40 minutes on both ends of the floor. And so I just told him after the game, I couldn't be happier for him. It was just one of those days that felt great because we've competed right, we executed, and found a way to get it done. And so a good day for our program as we go forward.
Was there anything specific about the defense today that you guys have been working on that you were able to execute better? Because that was one of the things I thought was, man, that was a really strong performance by you guys on that end.
You know what? I feel like in a large sense, it's just understanding the importance of it and how much we can control. Everybody's in a slightly different role defensively, with the exception of Taylor. I think Ellie's never been in this situation. Aaliyah has a little bit more pressure on her defensively than she's had in the past. Certainly Sasha's never been here. You just kind of go through. Taya's in a slightly different role, relearning the game and the intensity of it after a year off. And then all these disruptions. It's been hard because as a coach, we kind of have to pick our spots because there's breaks. Hasn't been this continuity where, okay, now you add that and you're getting these reps. I mean, in shoot around today, there were so many things to cover because we just haven't had the reps where we're using them to where they're doing them and they're committed to they're innate. They're not innate. They're still, I have to think about that, and so that's been the hardest thing in game 13 here to kind of choose. So I think this week we really focused on how impactful we need to be and how hard literally how hard you actually have to play for 40 minutes. And, we're talented enough offensively that there's been a little bit of, we kind of lull ourselves to sleep sometimes because maybe the offense comes quick and then we relax and, there's a run right back at us. And so I think it's just maybe a collective acceptance of how high of a priority that end of the floor needs to be for this team. And, anytime you're dealing in reality and, and you're addressing reality, you take a step forward. And so that's what this team did. And that's why I was just so happy for them, because that's what it's going to take, for us to continue to be successful. We have to get better there, and I thought the offense even got better today. And so it was just a day of a lot of progress at the right time.
You talk about the right time. How important is it to have some confidence going into the last pair of games that are two absolutely brutal Pac-12 opponents?
Yeah, vital. I mean, today was a massive game for us for that reason alone. Is we have to. I think your word is great. Confidence. I mean, confidence is huge, and confidence comes when you do the things correctly, you execute well, and you find success within it. Your confidence grows. I thought today we saw confidence from Ellie Mack. I thought Ellie played maybe her best game of the year. I loved her aggressiveness today. You just saw just a different will to be successful on both ends of the floor. And I don't mean will, I mean ownership. Just like, okay, I'm not just one of the new people. This is my team and my program, and we want to win. And so I'm going to impose my will, and so I thought we saw that from her. That was a huge lift for us, I thought, today and moving ahead. So, yes, we do have two, great teams on their home floor coming up in our next two games. And then, we go to Vegas and see what kind of damage we can do there. And so it's perfect timing. I hope we just get to keep going because this team is proving that we're pretty good.
44-25. That's the number on the boards, and only 5 offensive rebounds given up. You got to smile at that.
Yeah, no question. That's a lot of progress for us. We knew that it was possible to do that today, and we knew we needed to do that today. USC doesn't always send their whole team to the glass like some teams will. UCLA will be different on Sunday. They send everybody to the boards. And so we challenged the team with that. It's like this team sends, 1 for sure, 2 sometimes, and 3 sometimes to the glass, and they prioritize defensive transition. So it's a game where they shouldn't be very many. So 5 is a good number for us, no question. When you've seen that number up in double figures, we've had a hard time winning. And so a step in the right direction. I thought we were dominant on the boards, giving them 1 shot. You could tell that the pressure was mounting on their shooters as we were ahead on the board, and they were only getting 1 look. And so that's the combination that wins. And so Sunday will be a tougher test in that area just because of the style that UCLA plays and their experience. But big step today, ready to take another one on Sunday.
You guys got the lead early. They made a little run. You had a big lead in the third quarter. They made a little bit of run to get it back to 9, but you didn't really let them ever get back in. I don't think they led at all this game. The growth of you guys is you guys have had some big leads and allowed teams to get back into it. And that's kind of just snowballed there. What did you see out of the team today when they were kind of challenged there?
Well, almost everything I said today was regarding defense. And, it's just the emphasis. We're ready to hear it. We understand it now. We have enough of a sample now at this point, after 12 games. It's like, okay, this is truly who we are. And this is not just an aberration. This is who we are. And this is an area that is just our Achilles heel at the moment, which is so ironic for one of our teams, at Oregon State to be talking about this. It's almost surreal for me, but it's just an area where it's like, it's either now or really never. And so we have to elevate. And so when you're getting stops, then you can weather that, and so, okay, a 2-possession scoring run instead of a 6-possession scoring run, the other day against Stanford, you saw them score, I think, 6 straight possessions and then 4 straight in the fourth quarter and run away from us. And so we've looked at those exact things and talked about, okay, to win, we need consecutive stops. They don't get to score more than 2 times in a row. And I think, the group has taken it to heart. And when that's happening, then the pressure comes off the offense. And then, and so today was basketball as it should be for Oregon State.
A nice first start to this closing run. I know coming off the Stanford game, you played really well for a majority of that, but then to come out today, we got 3 games. This is our time to make a statement, or at least say, hey, look at us. A nice way to start it, I'm guessing.
Absolutely. And that was the challenge of the Stanford game was, we just ran out of gas, and watching that film, it's like, oh my goodness, everybody just looked like we hit a wall, and taking that weekend off and then not being able to practice or play live basketball for, I don't know if it was 8 days, 7, 8, 9 days, and then have 2 practices and then play, the best team in our conference was a challenge. And I loved what we did. There were so many great things in that game for 2.5 quarters. It's just once we hit that wall, we couldn't compete. And so I knew that's an aberration. Okay, we're going back to work. We're going to get our wind back. We're going to learn from all the positives, learn from a few of the things to clean up, and be a much better team for it, And so here we are. This team's played really good basketball over the last month, and excited about what's ahead.
Hey, Talia, congratulations on this win. It looked like to me, I know you haven't been there the whole season, but at least in your time, it looks like the most complete game you guys have played from start to finish. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, definitely. I think anytime we can, actually get to play a game, we're improving every minute, every quarter. So yeah, I would agree that at least since I've been here, that was the most complete game. Offense, defense, we executed the game plan really well. So yeah.
You guys responded to a couple of their runs. You guys got that lead early. They cut it down a couple of times, but what was the key for you guys to not allow them to really get back in the game and to keep pushing offensively?
Yeah, that's definitely something we've been focusing on. I think a lot of teams have been able to go on runs and too long of runs, and we haven't had an answer for it. But for us, I think it's just energy and effort and being consistent on every play. I think sometimes when teams go on run, we kind of lose energy and let it build up. But yeah, we did a good job of, shutting that down, punching them back when they hit us hard. So.
And they made a little run there at the end of the first quarter. Then Aaliyah hits that like almost 3/4 court, nothing but net swish there. How big of a lift was that for you guys going in? Because you really dominated them in the second quarter after that.
Yeah, that was huge. But it's Aaliyah. Who's surprised? When she shot it, I was like, why wouldn't that go in? It's just what she does. But yeah, it definitely, they had a little bit of momentum to end the second quarter. So that definitely helped us, gave us a little boost of confidence and, reminded us just to have fun with it.
Defensively, you guys were good from start to finish. You made them after that first quarter. I mean, they didn't shoot the ball hardly at all. Was there anything different that you guys did in this game, or just how well did you guys execute defensively?
Yeah, I think we went zone a little bit more, so that disrupted them. It was my first time really doing it. I'm still kind of learning it myself, but we executed it really well. And not just because it was a zone. I think we had a lot more energy on the defensive end, and we were getting out on shooters, just executing things that we hadn't been doing very well before. So yeah, defensively, I think this was a really good game. I think they only had like 7 in the second quarter. So we're stepping it up. We're learning as we go, and every game we're getting better. So the sky's the limit for this team.
Confidence-wise, you guys were right there with Stanford. I know it got out of control the last, 15 or so minutes, 10, 15 minutes. And then you guys come in with this big win. You got an opportunity to get UCLA and then Oregon. The confidence level you guys are playing at right now and giving yourself a shot at hopefully continuing on into the postseason?
Yeah, definitely. I think if we can play to our potential for 40 full minutes, we're a really good team. We're a team that can make a run in the NCAA tournament. We just can't have those letdowns that we have sometimes and let it build up. But like you said, we were hanging with Stanford because we were playing to our potential. So we just have to keep that, consistent for 40 minutes. And we can hang with any team. We can beat any team.